Stop saying that there's too much coverage regarding the death of Queen Elizabeth. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I'm hearing more people say, I can't believe all this coverage, for crying out loud. What are you? There's 9 billion things to watch. I mean, I can watch on YouTube the unboxing of virtually everything. If you want mindless entertainment, not that the unboxing series is not titillating, but what my fellow Americans don't understand is the significance and why it matters. Why it actually matters. And what it really means. I'm going to tell you a story. It might be a bit apocryphal, but it's about Enrico Fermi and Niels Bohr. And yes, I'm going to use this as an analogy that will perfectly explain my point. Or you will say to yourself, what the heck is he talking about? Either way, sit back and get ready to have your mind blown. But first, a word from our sponsor. Here's a fact for you. Florida is reigniting debate after it just rolled out Don't Tread on Me license plates earlier this month. Drivers in the Sunshine State can now order Don't Tread on Me license plates complete with a yellow and black image of the Gadsden flag from the Revolutionary War. This is a proud moment for patriots across the country. But what about for the rest of us in the other 49 states? Listen closely, because I'm going to reveal a new way to showcase Don't Tread on Me without a license plate. The new version of the Don't Tread on Me flag is the United We Stand Gold Challenge coin. Carry this United We Stand coin in your pocket, in your gear, or in your vehicle as a reminder of the responsibility we have as patriots to defend our country. In addition to being an honorable accessory to your everyday carry, it doubles as a gift-worthy collectible that'll last for generations. Thousands of satisfied Americans proudly carry their United We Stand coin everywhere they go. Try, review, and inspect the United We Stand coin with your own hands, risk-free for 60 days, simply by going to www.unitedwestandcoin.com or clicking the link down below. It's free, just cover shipping. This is time-sensitive, so hurry. After entering your details, you receive your United We Stand coin to your doorstep in a few short days. One of the important parts of my job here is to tell you what something means, not just to tell you. A lot of people on YouTube and various platforms, they just tell you what happened. I don't want to hear about the Mar-a-Lago raid. I want to tell you what the Mar-a-Lago raid means. I don't want to tell you what this report for the millionth time. Well, there was a special master appointed. I know this. Now, with the Queen, with her passing, and throwing Ken Starr and Ramsey Lewis, but I don't think people get it, because there seems to be a kind of a cottage industry, or I should say really a parlor game of who can show exasperation and contempt for the process enough. Who can show this absolute sense of I don't care about her. Why? There was a story years ago. It might be apocryphal. I do not know. It is apocryphal. It could be. It doesn't. But I love the idea. And the idea was that Niels Bohr was trying to explain to someone how this worked. I think it was Niels Bohr. In any event, the notion of the nuclear bomb, quantum mechanics, being able to compress energy and to basically to fuse together the power of the universe, that which is the cosmic glue, and how this can be turned into an explosion on a bomb, whatever. And Niels Bohr with a Danish accent couldn't really explain it. And then supposedly the story is, again, I like the idea of it. Enrico Fermi supposedly runs on and says, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. This is what it means. This is what it means. And that's what I like to do, to tell you this is what it means. This is why it's important. Let's start off with the Queen. Do you know how big she was? Do you know how rich? You think Jeff Bezos is rich? Was Zuckerberg? Or... They couldn't. No. What she has is Immane. Brobdingnagian. It is huge, coupled with power. Power that goes back 1,000 years. I mean, this is, there is no parallel. Don't let this little old lady fool you with the funny hat and the purse and the corgis. This is as raw power as you can get. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Chuck, but we'll get to that in a moment. But the second point is, can you think of anybody in this country whose death would result in the world or the country coming to a halt? Or people will say, do you remember where you were? I remember the moment she died. And the internet, every platform, it was immediate. It was immediate. There was no... It was incredible. I've never been so impressed. I mean, I understand the immediacy of the internet, but it was, everybody was connected. Are you old enough to remember John Kennedy? I was 5, but I remember at the time how important it was because my mother was crying and she knew something was up. Or I knew something was up. And he, of course, was murdered in prime time on TV, live. I mean, it was, and the world stopped. And everybody in my generation still says, you know, remember where you were? Where were you? 9/11 maybe was the second one. But the death? Who do we have today? Who would we have? Maybe even John Lennon might, sort of, maybe. I think before JFK was FDR's death. This is a country that feels that this was a woman of a stature and a prominence and a panache, a regalness, whatever you want to call it, that nobody had. Nobody. And we need more women leaders. She was a mensch, which makes no sense. This is a woman who joins the legion of Golda Meir and Benazir Bhutto, and oh my God, she was just... Now what's Chuck going to do? Very interesting. Let me tell you right now, if you think they're going to dissolve the monarchy, oh my poor child. You might see somebody like Barbados, or I don't know which country, say, oh, we've had enough of it. Oh, okay, that's all right. But if you think, no, never. What's interesting to note is to watch how Charles deals. Charles has been an environmentalist forever, as am I. An environmentalist. It's the environment, the planet, the water, the fish, bees, that kind of stuff. Not that we're necessarily, destroying it, but to be an environmentalist is somebody who appreciates it. So he's always been there. Ever since he's been talking to Flowers at Balmoral, he's been doing it. But what's interesting to note is to see whether he is going, what he's going to do for the monarchy, what Bergoglio did to the papacy, by embracing and inculcating and actually incorporating, I don't use the word woke, I hate that word woke, but more prototypically ESG, Klaus Schwabian, World Economic Forum, UN globalist, whatever you want to call it. Bergoglio did it, certainly did it regarding the Vatican. And that's going to be the issue. And if you think that Chuck and Camilla and Wills and Kate, by the way, Wills and Kate, that's the iron couple. The internecine battles are ones for the ages. But let me just tell you something. Focus on this and remember what I'm telling you. You're looking at a sense of power that the American news individuals, you just watch the news and you see these 20-year-olds with man buns trying to figure out what's going on. But here's the most important thing. The older generations do this as well. The prototypically classical news people, they wearing wingtips, they don't get it either. You remember the Queen, where was her money? Where was her dough? Coutts and company, I believe, this bank, eighth oldest. She passed a law. She said, well, they always said, well, she was never really involved too much in particular political, involvement. Oh, really? I think it was 71 where they said, you're not going to include me in any kind of disclosure as to my money or whatever. Oh, no. She knew exactly what she was doing. Don't ever sell her short. In the past tense, of course. Disregard the royal family to your own detriment, to your own peril. You don't get it. It's huge. Now, you know what else would be huge? Your beneficence, your love, your largesse, your kindness, your fealty. By liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and more importantly, considering everything that I've said to you so far, commenting as you see fit.